Awesome. All right.
Pickle juice.
April, do you have one?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm just going to swear on stream. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm going to try not to.
Hello and welcome to Indie Showcase. This is a PG-friendly stream where all of the swear words will instead be creatively thoughtful combination of words that should really never go together. I am your host, B. Zelda. My pronouns are they, them. Indie Showcase is our new show on Roll20 where we will be demoing new and fun and really gay, really fun gay games like this game, and I'm really excited because we are all here playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Thirsty Sword Lesbians is published by Evil Hat Productions and designed by our very own April. April, why don't you give us a little bit of information about you?
Sure. Hey, I'm April. She, her pronouns. I am the designer of Thirsty Sword Lesbians, which is a game that celebrates queer love and power in any setting where swords cross and hearts race. It is powered by the Apocalypse, which means it's part of a family of games that's easy to learn. And it's very much focused on relationships and feelings. We ran a Kickstarter with over 8,000 backers, which was amazing. At the moment, you must yearn, you must pine. You cannot go to a website and get this game, but you can gaze distantly at our Kickstarter updates. You can write loving letters from afar, and probably next month we will have the backer kit open for late pledges, and you'll be able to get everything there. Or I guess you could just use the Roll20 character sheets that are available for everybody to use and just guess at what everything means, that you could come up with a fun game. So yeah, when that happens, there will be, I will redirect swordlesbians.com and sword.gay to point to the backer kit. So keep checking the gay websites.
And sword.gay, very real. I try it every single time because I'm just in awe.
The .gay domain opened up like a month before the Kickstarter, and it was perfect. Like any word that's actually that like the cis het like tech people think relates to gayness costs like extra hundreds of dollars, but they weren't clued into sword, so
wow.
I was able to get that one. Yeah,
they're really missing out. All right, well then let us introduce you to Caitlin. Tell us a bit about you.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. My pronouns are she, her, and I am a variety internet content creator. I'm an illustrator. I stream. I do tabletop RPG stuff. I make comics. I'm a huge lesbian. I hope that's enough for my resume to be here. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm all over the place. You can find me. I think our names are on our stuff, but all my stuff that I do is there. I draw. That's pretty much it.
You draw really cool things, like really cool stuff. Today I think is portfolio day, so if you haven't already followed them on Twitter, she's got really cool art that she's been sharing.
Oh, thanks.
All right, well, how about Wally? Tell us about you.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally. Go by he, him pronouns. Oh boy, I am so excited to play this game. You can probably find me all over Twitter, just pretty much sharing my thoughts. You can also find me on various TTRPG streams, just, showing off my chops as a role player, I'm a big old pansexual dude. I figure my queer levels is ready for this game. I lost a lot of Utana to prepare myself for this.
Did you?
So, yes, I did. No, with the day you told me about this, it's like, well, I'm gonna binge watch all of Utana, and so here we are now.
Oh my god, I love that.
I love that. I love that series so much.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, well, last but not least, Persephone. Persephoros?
Hi. Persephone, Persephoros. Persephoros, my username, and that's where you can find me anywhere on the internet that I'm at. If that username doesn't exist, I'm not there. Don't at me. I am a TTRPG content creator, the DM of Fast Times at D&D High. I'm a cosplayer. I'm a Twitch streamer. Just a lot of other flimsy things. Oh, April just got gayer. Oh, I got distracted.
Yes.
And my qualifications, I am trans and just I use bi and pan interchangeably for my purposes. Not all of everyone does, but I do. So those are my qualifications, and I'm ready to be I'm always thirsty, but I'm ready to be thirsty fucking lesbian.
And we're no longer PG-13. I knew what I was getting into inviting all of you. Believe you me. Believe you me.
I'm so sorry. I failed in like the first 10 seconds of speaking. Hopefully that line can just be cut.
We'll see. All right.
I'm sorry,
We need
Roll20.
those nonsense words, right?
You worked so hard on it was like rhino toenail or like, honestly, I can only get the one that Persephone said, and it was the worst
Lollipop slime.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Gross.
Oh.
I don't want it.
Oh.
Okay, we get one. We get one at
Yeah,
PG-13.
That's
we get
right.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We get one.
Okay.
I wasted it. I'm sorry.
You did.
I used the ability. I hope someone. Superman, I hope. I feel so bad.
It's all good. All right. I am going to set a scene before we bring ourselves over to the game itself. I want to lay a foundation for the world that we are going to play in. The sky overhead is gloomy and dark. The clouds, they threaten rain, and you can see the occasional flashes of lightning overhead. Not too dissimilar from my background. There is a concentration of swirling clouds over a rather specific area. If you kind of squint your eyes and you look towards the horizon, you can see the peaks as it crests over that horizon, and you see the tops of the spires of this impressive, dark, and ominous tower. All of the clouds are swirling angrily, and it looks, if anybody has ever played Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, it's quite literally Hyrule with them storm clouds swirling overhead. You hear like thunder booming in the distance and those flashes of light. There is a long plain of just dead, dying grass between where you four stand and that castle. Strewn about this plain are the fallen warriors, the fallen knights, the others who have tried to enter that castle, who've tried to best the queen who has been terrorizing the lands for the past few months now. But nobody has been successful. And finally, there's not much left. There's not many people left. And it is up to you four to right the wrong that has been done in these lands and save whoever is left to be saved. Now, let me bring us over here. Who is first? Tabitha. What do you look like?
Well, we have a Pike Ruse that you shared on Twitter, but Tabitha Motor Knight, is visually a tall woman with ice blue hair in a ponytail and like a motorcycle jacket, but like a crop motorcycle jacket. And one of her arms is this enormous like combustion engine metallic contraption. But she never runs it anymore. She never gasses it up. And in a scene of this kind of environmental devastation, she'd be putting her other human organic fingers down in the grass and looking grim as she often does.
Excellent. And in Roll20, if you'd like to go ahead and pick one of the tokens, and these are the official Roll20 tokens, oh god, they're not official yet. They will be. You gotta wait for the good stuff. But until then, go ahead and pick out a token that you think best represents you.
Yearn, Pine. So one of Tabitha's nicknames is Tabby Cat, so I'm gonna go for that the beast illustration, I think.
Perfect.
Here she is. The upper left.
Thank you. I'm just gonna assign her to you.
Thank you.
All right. Roxanne, what do you look like in this darkened scene?
So Roxanne is a tall, built woman wearing piratey clothes. She's wearing a very revealing like piratey top that's like low cut, but you can see like, and she wears the coat, her pirate coat on her shoulders. She doesn't have the sleeves, her arms through the sleeves. No, she wears the pirate coat like a cape. And you see on her hip, you see 3 katanas are attached to her hip, and her arms. Look, if like they could be described as guns, they would probably be like howitzer cannons. Like, and of course she has an eye patch, and she has an eye patch over her eye. But thing is about Rox, she's actually not human. She is a mer person. She is a shark hybrid human. So you see, like on her face, she has 2 slots right here. Those are her gills that she breathes through, and you can't see it, but underneath her coat, she has her dorsal fin.
I love that. I have a real question then. How do you use all 3 swords?
One is in her mouth.
Thank you. I love it.
I said I was going full anime with this, y'all.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Zoro
I'm
style.
so excited.
It's great. It's awesome.
All right, Wally, what kind of token do you think best represents?
Oh, I already know which token represents her. It's that beautiful one right up there with the nice tentacle hair.
Aw, yeah.
Yes, Tentacula.
Perfect. All right, Chase, tell us about you.
So Chase is also very tall, but kind of like slimmer in figure, kind of like probably like almost a hunched, probably constantly hunched. Pose is the wrong word. Stature, I guess. But she wears partial armor, and has a huge like broadsword that kind of is strapped to her back. But she has long curly like a pale greenish hair that she keeps half up, and she's kind of like scanning and nodding and looking around and is taking everything in the best she can, but she's mostly a muscle. Like that's kind of her it's kind of her whole deal.
I love that. I think you're all the muscle from what I'm hearing, though.
I love that. I am so excited.
All right, what token do you think best represents your character?
Oh boy. Okay. Let's. I'm gonna go with the devoted token just because that's one's got some cool armor and I think it looks very neat.
Is the devoted token the one with the mask?
Yeah, the partial plate of the
Yeah.
Mhm.
words are hard.
Every day there.
Words.
They really are.
All right, and last but not least, I'm trying to remember your character's name, so the screen. That's Dahlia.
Yes, Dahlia North, or Dolly, as opposed to the rest of the party, is a solid 5 feet tall. She has pink hair that has 2 dark pink pieces in the front, and it's lighter pink in the back. It hangs down to her waist in a ponytail. She is wearing a leather jacket, but it's made of fairy leather, which is basically stitched together pixie wings. And she has a sword at her hip and a fan on the other side. She is wearing a very cocky smile and looks less grim, more just like ready to do this.
Wow. You really got me at that jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Heck. All right, what token do you think best represents her?
I'm going to go with the singing one.
Oh, yeah. I like her hair a lot.
Me too.
Okay, let's get rid of these. All right, April, refresh my memory. Should we have pre-established strings right now?
Yes, so in the game, after you sort of create and introduce your characters, there's a relationship building step. So relationship prompts can be found either in the handout or in the far right column at the bottom of the Roll20 character sheet for each character.
I love the
And
handout.
in like a short game, we don't have to answer all of those questions. We could answer 1 or 2, and then do the starting strings assignment after that.
Perfect. Yeah, I think we'll keep it simple with 1 or 2. All right, back at the top of the order then. What, tab
Yeah.
one?
I think I'm going to propose that our scoundrel talks to me about things they wouldn't discuss with others because of my past. So, for the viewers at home, Tabitha Motor Knight was a former henchperson of our villain, Vixen, and a former. And the other Motor Knights, once they found out the environmental and mental impact they were having, Vixen and the other Motor Knights were like, yeah, that's someone else's problem. And that's when Tabitha left. So does that sound good to you? Do you think you talk to me about things you wouldn't discuss with others?
Definitely, because I have a bit of animosity towards Vixen. So yeah, I definitely opened up to you about them like plenty of times. Probably when I was very sauced up, because that's when I really talk a lot.
Okay. All right. Love it. And B, should I do another one, or do we want to do one at a time and go around?
Yeah, let's do one at a time.
Great.
All right, Rox.
So there's the question of who has as much flair as I do. 100% Dahlia has as much flair as I do. I wanted because Rox is such she's tall, she's imposing, she's statuesque, she can destroy someone if she wanted to. But she looks up to Dolly a bit because I wanna be able to, impress people, but not because I can probably bite their face off.
That works. That's great. Okay, I'll mark that down.
On Roll20, I'm just gonna use everybody's tokens.
Oh, you can mark the strings here too?
Oh
yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love scribbling on Roll20 maps. If you need me to make the strings a little bit bigger, let me know. Actually, yeah. Lots of moving things around. All right, Chase, tell us about your relationship.
So, Chase is the devoted classes. Are they called classes in this, or types, or playbooks? Yeah, is the devoted playbook. So she is kind of bound herself to this group of people and is I'm here to protect you guys. That is my number one priority. She is totally wants to be everyone's friend, wants to be shield. I got you. I got this. But that's kind of her whole deal. So one of the relationship questions is, who did you save from a terrible fate? I don't know if anyone would like to claim that. I saved Dolly from a terrible fate.
She gets herself into trouble a lot.
Maybe pre-party establishment. I got you out of some trouble and just kind of stuck around.
Sure.
That
works.
Does Dahlia have the move that gives you a benefit when you get captured?
Oh, do I? I
man.
them really quick.
All right. Don't mean to derail. Just curious.
No. I took the know your place instead.
Okay.
Ooh. That's a good one though. Well then, Dahlia, what relationship would you like to take?
Okay, so not for nothing, Dahlia is basically that character in an anime that talks big and gets into trouble, and then her friends bail her out. So I think I'm gonna give a string to Chase back because, not for nothing, it probably just wasn't one time.
Yeah, okay.
It's definitely a recurring theme. It's definitely a recurring thing.
Oh my god.
I just get you out of.
Yeah, Dolly's the chosen, and Dolly was basically told from childhood that she was destined to face a great evil. Whether or not that was so her parents could get her out of the house at 18, we don't know. But she believes it. So therefore she thinks she can't do anything wrong.
I think Chase is very much ready to be tied to a cause, and you were like, I'm gonna do something big, and Chase was like, and I'm gonna help you.
Exactly. Yeah. B's like, oh god.
Oh dear.
This sounds bad.
I'm not worried. You're worried. Oh heck. goodness. All right. Well, we are back.
Yeah. So Dolly, how did you come by that cape of fairy wings? Were they like shed? Like I'm just
No.
no. Did you like pluck some fairies?
Plucked is a nice term.
Okay, well then that's not the relationship that I have with you.
Let's say like there are some fairy beasties that she has murdered to turn into a jack. They're not actually like sentient fae.
See, okay.
Yeah. Big difference.
So Chase, two options. Either you are the person I have wronged the most, or you believe in me more than you believe in yourself. What do you think?
The second one, 100%. I believe in you more than I believe in myself, 100%.
That's great, because I feel like, I feel like that could lead to an interesting dynamic where like you are doing the like pumping up and caring that like you really should do for yourself too, and like I don't deserve it, like you. So all right. I'm looking forward to that.
No, I love it. No, I'm great. This is fun.
All right. Love it.
Oh my goodness. All right. I will add that on. Rox, you are next.
Oh man. So there's these two questions that says who was I smitten with until recently, and who replaced them in my desire? Because the scoundrel is super thirsty playbook. It is a super thirsty playbook. Oh man, I think at first she was very smitten with Dolly at first. But then eventually, she was definitely smitten with Dolly, like because she admired her style and everything, and that is what really attracted her to her. But then eventually it got to the point of like, oh, you are getting in trouble way too much, sweetie. I don't have time.
You're a lot, is what you're looking for.
Yeah, you are
a lot.
You're way too much. That's why it's very recently. It was after the third time you got captured?
It's not just capturing. Sometimes it's just I piss off the wrong people by mouthing off. Sometimes it's, agreeing to a mission that maybe should be done by someone who knows what they're doing. Sometimes it's accidentally, getting hit on by the leader of an underground group that then tries to kidnap me and take me to their secret, hideaway, and then you have to go in and get me, and I don't want to go, and it's an argument. It's just if there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I've done.
It was very much a situation like that, where they were probably at some kind of tavern, and a situation like that where the secret underground member of a group tried to take you away, and everyone was looking at Rox like, so are you? I'm like, no, I'm done. And
she's
probably
Chase. She's got to learn somehow.
Yeah, and Chase was like, no, we got him. Like, you do it. I'm done.
Oh God, I'm squeaking already.
Too many sleepless nights over this. No.
Oh my God.
I love that.
Me too.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Rox, just to confirm, you have 2 strings with Dolly then?
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
I want to make sure I got that right. Okay, Chase.
So this is fun based off of the question that April posed, which is, who looks out for you even when you don't look out for yourself? Would anyone like to claim that one? Because I think that's really cute.
I think that's a Tabitha.
Yeah, that's definitely Tabitha.
That's definitely Tabitha.
That's a fun little. I love that.
That makes me happy.
They're good gays.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about Dolly, but
Wait. No, but fair. Like, if you said it to Dolly, I should be like, I mean, I get it. Like, I'm not gonna stop, but I get it. Like,
no, you're doing great. Like, I think we're on the right track. I think it's gonna be okay.
yeah,
I think you're great. Yeah, I think you're great.
I think you're great too. Let's get in a fist fight.
Okay, let's go.
I feel feel so sorry for the responsible ones in this party.
Oh, it's definitely not rocks. It's definitely not rocks at all.
Yeah, who are you referring to?
That's. I think that's Chase. But also
Oh no!
Oh my god!
All right, let's do it.
Oh gosh, chaos party. All right, I think we need one more.
You knew what you were getting with this group.
I did. All I really wanted was chaos, and you've already achieved it within like the first 2 minutes, so we're great. Oh heck! All right, Dolly, give me that last relationship string.
Okay, I'm gonna ask, who is just as important to me as my destiny in the group?
Yo, that's a big question.
Ooh. Let's see. I am gonna say Tabitha.
Ooh, tell me more.
I think Dolly sees something in you that is like reserved, calm resolve, which she does not have. Maybe she'll grow into it someday, but she does not have it, and she doesn't know if she's ever going to get it. And there's that sort of quiet strength that comes from that, whereas Dolly is always like, I have to prove myself over and over and over and over and over and over again. So I think that she definitely like wants to emulate you and also like really cares for you.
Aw,
Yeah. So
love it.
definitely
I
Tabitha.
love it.
That's really lovely.
That is super wholesome.
I think, yeah, Dolly really needed some of that. That was necessary.
Yeah,
Wow.
I will be the secondary adult in the room after Chase.
Wow.
If I must.
Oh man, you've got a golden retriever as the moral compass of the group.
She really is a golden retriever.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the
You got
I'm
a golden
into
retriever in me, a Doberman in Roxy, and you two are just the German shepherds that are like, why? Why?
Like Tabitha has big I got worried for you, so I hid underneath the steps for you kind of thing.
Oh, I really like that.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm just gonna add some theme music, and then I think we're good to go.
Should we give out starting strings?
Yes, please.
Cool.
I'm ahead of myself.
So basically at this point, like now that we know a little bit about our relationships, you just decide each person has 0, 1, or 2 strings on you. So I'm going to give 1 string each to Roxy and to Dolly, and 2 strings to Chase. And so you now have those strings on Tabitha, and next to your little portrait, you should slide the little Tabitha picture up to the number of strings that you have.
Okay.
I'm not sure I can move these, actually,
I
myself.
think I only gave like 1 human permission to move them,
Okay.
which is not my best.
I'm just gonna mark them on my sheet.
Sure.
Or even
And there is
Group on Roll20.
a spot on the Roll20 sheet in the far right column. Just you can click the boxes for how many strings you have, and then type in the name of the person. And once you click a box, it'll make another line, right? It looks like there's only room for 1 person, but as soon as you fill it in, it'll make more.
And you were giving 1 or 2 to me.
1.
1. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Numbers are
And these-
hard, okay?
These represent like how much I care about your opinion, or how much I think you understand like how I work. It's basically like emotional influence, and you can use it for good or ill. But it's not like intrinsically good or bad to give more strings than fewer. It's just a measure of how you think that
These
relationship is.
add on to the existing relationship ones, right? That we
The
just did.
relationships don't give strings on their own. The relationships just sort of set your history, and then at the end of that step, you just get free reign to decide 0, 1, or 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I
understood that too. Thanks. This is how we play together. This is how you learn.
So we can just give out strings to people then right now?
Right now, yeah, up to 2 for each person.
I am going to definitely give 1 string. I'm giving 1 string to Tabitha and 1 string to Chase, and also giving 1 string to Dolly.
Cool.
Because like, look, these are her ride or die girls.
All right, I'm gonna redo this a little bit. So, There's gonna be a bunch of tokens on the page. Everybody's faces. Awesome. A loose representation. All right, how about Chase?
Sorry, one question. I'm working at the character sheet. So the strings you mark are the strings you receive,
Right.
and not the strings you give.
Right.
Correct. Okay, cool. I just want to double check that I wasn't doing this wrong. Okay, I think. Ooh. I think that Chase has been with Dolly the longest, and so I think I'm going to give 2 to Dolly and 1 to Rox and Tabitha. I think that's going to be my.
Cool.
Rox and Tabitha. Perfect. Okay, and for Dolly.
I'm going to give 2 to Chase, 1 to Tabitha, and 1 to Roxy.
Perfect. I'm missing an icon. This icon.
Actually, I'm going to give 1 more to Tabitha.
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking that. Tabitha, can you take 2?
I
Can
can.
I give everyone 2? Because
Yeah.
not for nothing, Dolly is easily influenced. Okay, everyone take 2.
We could give everyone. Oh man, I thought you only had like. Oh boy, I'm gonna leave it. It's fine. We'll make it less complicated. It's fine. Let's leave it.
Everyone gets 2 from Dolly. She's easily influenced.
Nice.
Okay, I think the only thing I didn't keep track of just visually was Tabitha. How many strings did you give out again?
2 to Chase, 1 to Rox, and 1 to Dolly.
Perfect.
I hope that's what I said before.
Chase. Here, and then 1 and 1. Okay. This is my vague representation. That doesn't need to make sense for anybody but me. All right. Like this, we're good. Let me turn to April. Is there anything left for our beginning before I start with our intro?
No, I think we've got a bunch of Thirsty Sword Lesbians. And yeah, those strings you just got, you can use to tempt each other or help each other or hinder each other. So we will see how that works as we go.
Excellent. All right. Play some tabletop audio. Those clouds overhead that threatened rain finally start to break, and the 4 of you look up for a moment, and you see a twinkling in the sky, almost like a star. But then that twinkling gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you realize that this is a shape that is crashing down from the sky. Right in front of you, the ground shakes and cracks beneath its weight, and standing before you as it rises and the smoke dissipates is this, I would say, 7-foot-tall fairy. They have 4 wings, 2 on each side that extend large and wide. They are transparent, and you can see the veins through all of them. The creature itself is just a mass of muscle. They have these monstrous quads.
Are we not supposed to find this attractive? I'm just wondering for reasons.
Yeah. This is not helping my character at all.
I flirt with the creature.
They look down at you. I'm trying to. What other fairy details can we add? I think the most notable thing is that on their cheek they have a star, and it's glowing in yellow. But beyond that, they have like a dark purple skin tone, and they loom with their wide arms and broad shoulders. Who dares come here? They ask you.
I have a question. First of all, we are first of all here to come here, but second of all, excuse me, ma'am, is there a height limit to climb this ride? Because
What?
I'm with Roxy. Yeah, I mean, you're the one that came to us, so how much can you carry with those guns?
I mean, I can deadlift 400 pounds.
That's like 8 of me. Wait. Case. Math for me? Math. I don't.
I've never
Like,
learned to count. It's just, I'm a guard. What? No.
Okay, just pick me up. Just pick me up. Pick me up.
Can I throw you after? No, I'm not asking.
Are you asking me on a date?
The creature,
I mean, I've been thrown around before. That'll be fun.
goes with their large hands, and Dahlia described as kind of small, so they're able to kind of like wrap their massive hands over around your waist and lift you up from the ground. This is inappropriate, and they throw you.
Rox just watches them get flung like.
Dolly goes flying.
How cartoony are we? Can I catch her?
Give me. I'm gonna need a roll for that one.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. How? Okay. Because I like to do this either two ways. Either I'm gonna tell you, or you tell me. What do you think? Daring or grace?
I would say daring because she is not a fine tooth anything. She's a blunt instrument with everything she does. Like, I think grace is more like dexterous and being fast and graceful, right? Like, I think that she would definitely just like charge bullheaded and be like, and just take up space to try to like, can catch you.
All right. So on your character sheet, if you just want to go ahead, I believe you can just click where it says daring. Or
Cool.
you click the dice. I don't know. There's a lot of things
And you
can
might
click.
have something special as the devoted when you defy disaster that's affecting
Oh.
somebody else. I don't know if you have that move or what, but you might.
Now we're all gonna look at your character sheet together.
I know.
Oh my god, this character is really cool though.
Defy disaster, you may bring the object of your devotion with you to safety. Well, okay, I'm trying to get my friend out of problems.
Are you devoted to me?
I think
Yeah, that's the one. Gallant Rescue. It's a move you didn't take, but that's fine.
I think I only picked one. I think I'm supposed to pick two, so
Wow.
I'll take that one.
Oh wow, you've had that move all along.
Oh boy, I'll take it. Wait,
It's a very chase move. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, there it goes. Okay. If you find assets to befall someone else, you can either gain a string on them or ask one of the following questions. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I'm just gonna hold on. First, I'm gonna roll to see if I can catch you.
They sail over you.
Oh no.
Oh
I don't know if it was just, your arms weren't stretched out enough, or
I got a late start.
yeah. You can go ahead and mark experience though, because you learned that whenever your friend is flying through the air, you really got to start running as soon as she gets chucked. As soon as she's yeeted, you go. You know?
Oh my gosh.
no! Oh boy!
So, does anything else happen, or can I do a thing?
Chase, you want to do anything else? You good?
Oh, sorry, I'm good. I'll try to get to wherever she landed, but yeah, that'll be my turn.
A little way
So-
away.
So Tabitha is smitten with this stranger. It was building, and then she picked up Dolly and chucked her, and so I think Tabitha will sort of kneel and say, I know that I have wronged you and your kind in the past. If you should wish to hurl me as well, I will understand. But I ask your indulgence. We are here on a mission of justice. And so smitten is actually a move. I have to answer, why do I think they'd be wrong to forgive me? And I think it's because the environmental damage that I did can never be undone. And this is a fairy, and I presume connected to the environment. So obviously I'm no good for them, but then they do get a string on me. So this stranger has a string, and I guess I should introduce myself. I am Tabitha, and my companions and I are on a mission of justice to
Okay.
defeat the villain Vixen.
Yeah, I mean, I've already talked to Vixen though. She says that she's gonna control the sky, and then kill everybody, and then the land's gonna go back to being great again. I was on board with that idea, you know?
What was the last part?
Oh, I'm on board with that. You can join us, I think.
Unfortunately, Vixen can't be trusted for her word.
What?
Several of us have direct experience with her. Her designs are to rule over the people, not to annihilate them. She's using you just as she once used me.
I can't believe that. We went on a date yesterday, you know?
I do know. Did she take you to the waterfall?
It was gorgeous. I mean, a little poisoned, but gorgeous.
Did she pull out those fancy star fruits from her pouch?
I still have one.
Did she crack open that fancy star fruit and say something like, "Oh, I don't know. This nectar of this fruit is only sweet as your kiss"?
They dropped
Did she say that to you too?
Oh no, I said that to her. That's why I am questioning it.
The fairy starts to like hunch over, and you can see that they're just like crumbling into themselves a little bit. Like, I thought I was special, you know? She said my muscles were the biggest that she's ever seen.
That's probably the only true thing that she told you. You have very impressive muscles.
Thank you. So, what
I'll like pat the muscle assuringly, comfortingly.
Well, my name is, oh gosh, what's a fairy name? Quick, Persephoroth, what is the first fairy name you could think of?
Bubbles.
My name is Bubbles. Nice to meet. She literally just asked me to go kick you off her lawn. I guess I'm sorry for throwing your friend.
Still soaring through the air.
I got you.
Don't worry, she'll be fine. Chase is really, really good at catching her.
I love that the first thing that Chase did in game was chase.
You've lived up to your potential. There's nothing left for you.
I'm done. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
I would like to comfort Bubbles, right? Like we've both been mistreated by Vixen as well, but we're going to put a stop to it. What can you? Well, yeah. So like, don't feel bad. We were fooled as well, but we're going to make sure that other people don't get hurt. And so it's not like a seeking information at this point. It's just like doing the support, which I might be okay at.
Okay. Wondering. I want to look at string moves are only against PCs, right?
No.
Oh, you literally just gave me a string. You're right.
Yeah. Well, I think I am going to roll emotional support.
Okay.
To try to comfort Bubbles about this. Does that sound right?
I think that's perfect.
Like, it has to be the thing that I do has to be like something that could be meaningful to the other person.
Yes. And what's best for you, heart or spirit?
Oh, that's really bad. It's yeah, okay.
What is it that you say that kind of makes them tense?
So I think maybe I imply that we're going to like kill Vixen or imprison, like something more harsh than what Bubbles is feeling, given that like 5 minutes ago she thought she was like dating Vixen. But yeah, we're going to put an end to Vixen's evil reign once and for all.
whoa, 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 and they pull away from you. That's still my girlfriend. You know what? This is all a bad idea. You, and they point at Roxanne. I think I have to go and punch you now. I gotta do my job. And they take 2 steps towards you, and with all the might of their entire muscly fairy body, they just punch you right in the chest, and you go flying in the same direction as Chase and... and
Can I catch
Are we
Rock?
still not supposed to find this attractive?
Oh, like
Just saying.
Rox goes flying, lands in a crater, like probably nearby where Dolly's at. And like, Dolly.
I think Dolly probably just lands on top of Chase in a pile.
yeah, that's a good failure.
Guys.
I got you.
guys,
Oh,
like real talk right now. I know I say this a lot every time we do situations like this, but I'm really turned on. But we do
Go
have
on.
yeah, no. Oh, go ahead.
No, I said go on.
Oh no, yeah. But we do need to go inside because they have something I kind of need.
Mm-hmm.
no, that's why we came. That's why we're going.
No,
yeah, we just got briefly distracted by muscles. They are really muscly.
Oh, they are.
Not for nothing. It's a thing.
No, believe me, I understand the attraction towards all of that.
So beatdown mode?
Yeah.
Beatdown mode. Okay,
Yeah,
we went pretty far, so let's run back.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
run
Chase,
back.
Come on, Chase. There's no reason to lay down on the job. Come on.
I'm coming. Yeah, I'm up and like.
I feel like we cue like the anime run intro scene where you're all just running towards the villain.
Yep. There's dust in our wake and all that.
It's
Oh,
perfect
gosh,
because like
yes.
Tabitha, the former villain, is like still with her. It like works visually. Okay.
Right,
Or
you've got
with
that
them,
standoff momently, and the camera kind of pans around you as the dust blows in a direction and the thunder and lightning crackle overhead. But in the distance, your 3 allies are returning to your aid. What would y'all like to do?
Oh,
Ooh.
I regret that we are going to have to defeat you. And like, pull the big red villain sword off of my back and raise the motor arm as like a shield and on guard.
It's been a long time since I've seen that sword. Let's do this.
All right, I'm going to fight Bubbles.
Poor Bubbles, just doing their job.
With their bubbly personality.
All that bubble. Yeah.
We're all
Definitely
befitting
their
of our names here.
personality.
Mm-hmm. You have a lot of personality.
A lot of rippling personality.
And I should add a condition from when she didn't open up to me in that emotional support because I'm smitten with them and they didn't open up. So I'm going to go ahead and take a condition there.
And remind me, conditions are a -1 to your rolls?
So conditions are like difficult emotional states. They also like angry, frightened, guilty, hopeless, insecure, and each one comes with a basic move that it gives you a -2 on. So, oh yeah, I'm totally going with guilty here. Feeling guilty. Like, what right? Of course, this is how it went. Shouldn't even have tried that. And now we're fighting, and I'm feeling even more guilty. So, fighting. All right, it could be worse. Could be worse.
Mixed beat.
We're doing great.
Finally.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what does that look like?
Yeah. So I've got like the one arm raised as a shield, and do they have a weapon?
Nope, just their muscles.
Okay. So I think like we've seen like people go flying and gonna like take a punch with the metallic arm and do the like anime like slide back and like kick up some dirt and mud in the rain, and then do a springing leap and slash down.
Okay. So you get to choose 2 options from the fight, and I get to choose 1.
I'm gonna go ahead and inflict a condition.
Okay.
Just because we're doing that physical conflict thing. But I think I've not totally given up on the flirting, and I'm going to say that Vixen doesn't deserve someone as loyal as you, and take a string on them.
Oof. That cuts.
Yeah, somewhere Vixen feels the insult.
Excellent. I think. Take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position.
Oh yes, step on me.
We were all thinking it. I could see it in all of our
there.
faces. I could see it. I could see it. Woo!
Y'all.
Lollipop slime.
That's some good old llama fuzz.
Amidst that fight, I think, like, your words have hurt them. However, they are still larger, stronger, and a little bit more. They've been told what to expect from you. You fought with fairies like this before. So I think with a really good, just like, twist move, they kind of spin you around and they yank your sword out of your hands. And they kind of heft it a little bit. Well now, I think this goes back to being with the bad guys, don't you think? And I think at that, your friends have arrived. Hopefully
At
all
that
very cool
point-
positions.
At that point, I think as soon as Bubble says that, that is when like Rox arrives on the scene, and she doesn't have her swords out yet, and she goes, "Look, one, I think you're hot. I am smitten with you right now, and believe you me, sweetie, whatever Vixen is doing with you, I can do 10 times better and more so. But right now, you're right in the way of what we need to do. So I'm going to only use maybe 1/3 of my strength on you." And she pulls out one sword and she hefts it on her shoulder as she just like casually walking up to them. And what I would like to use is heat of the moment,
Ooh.
where I taunt someone into doing something they want to do but find unwise. So I'm pretty much telling like, look, you want to let us in because look at us. Just look at us and look at me. But I understand you want to stay loyal to Vixen, but come on. And I'm going to do heat of the moment. Also because I have because I have another move, Lust at First Sight. When I become smitten with someone I barely know and I declare how horny I am for them, I get +1 to anything I may do against them.
What? That's a thing?
Yes, it's a thing.
Oh my
That's a
gosh.
paraphrase, but
I
yeah.
feel like in real life I take a detriment of like -100. So like this is power. This is true power. Just saying.
Oh, I love that.
Oh
my god!
Dang.
Holy hell.
And
Dang.
like you just see Rox like walks up to, like continues walking up. She is not holding her sword in like an attacking position, and she doesn't. She walks right up to Bubbles, puts the sword handle under her chin and lifts it up. He says, "You really want us to let inside, don't you?"
You hear the sound of Tabitha's sword clattering to the ground from their hands. And there's a tense moment where they remain silent, and then they let out a breath that had been held in for what feels like forever. Fine, follow me. And they lead you through the plains, through the grass that has been filled with the detritus of fallen heroes, Scattered around you are pieces of motorcycle, wheels, chains. There's a scattering of chainmail, plate mail. There are some rusted swords stabbed down into the ground, but there are no bodies. This is not so much of a battlefield, but rather a place where heroes never go home. And Bubbles is cheerfully leading you through this field. And nervously, she's telling you a little bit about the situation. So, it's been about 2 months since the clouds have been over here, and ever since there, the air quality is getting worse. People keep dying, and they gesture at their front lawn in front of the castle. And I just have to really wonder, does Vixen really love me, or does she just love my muscles?
I mean, you seem to have other things going for you, but definitely not recycling. Definitely not recycling.
Yeah,
Just saying.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, that might help the whole, environmental issues. Just a little bit.
Recycling.
You need a housekeeper, God.
Okay, I'll think about that one. I'll bring it up with Vixen. I mean, she doesn't really like any of my ideas, and she doesn't really listen to me, but she compliments me, so, it's gotten pretty serious. Is that how it was with you two? And they turn to Rox and Tabitha.
Me?
Yeah, you said you had something. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, something? It was, something like an arrangement, I want to say.
Oh. Okay. Did it get annulled, the arrangement?
Yeah, it did. And she, opens up her shirt. You see a big old scar across her chest.
Oh. I've seen your heart before. It's in a chandelier in front in Vixen's bedroom. Right underneath the mirror on the ceiling.
Yeah, that mirror.
Ew.
I am glad I got out before the heart ripping phase.
Yeah.
It was just after the compliments and the go do my bidding phase, actually.
Not for nothing, Tabitha.
I got out. Yeah. Yeah.
Not for nothing, Tabitha. Roxy. I thought I made the bad decisions.
Oh, I never said I don't make bad decisions.
But you're always telling me you should do this, you should do that, you shouldn't go after this person, you shouldn't talk to this person, you shouldn't start a fist fight in the middle of a political rally, But here you are dating people that cut hearts out.
I've made very bad decisions in my time.
Yeah, not to pit bad decisions
Gazed
against
distantly
each
off
other,
into the
but
rain.
that's pretty bad.
Oh, no, believe me, I understand how bad my decision is. And I learned from the bad decisions and choices I made. No, I have not lied.
Wait, but I've seen your dating history. So, not for nothing, you seem to have a type, and that might be a personal problem.
Do we need to have
just-
a talk about healthy relationships again?
Do you want the card of my therapist?
I wouldn't mind hearing the talk about healthy relationships.
I've never heard this before. Bubbles kind of.
Oh yeah, I think you need it too, buddy. Oh boy, I think we need to get some self-respect in this house tonight. We'll work on it. Hold on, and she we'll start as they're walking. We'll take the room back, and we'll pull out a couple of pamphlets from that are in the front of a therapist's office where it's how to
So,
Chase is the emotional support buddy.
Yeah, I almost
Rox
want
takes
Case to
one
roll
foot.
emotional support.
Rox takes
Actually,
the
do need-
through it So it starts with loving myself, is what you're saying.
I mean, don't ever listen to someone who says you can't expect someone to love you until you love yourself, because that's super not fair. But you should try to have self-respect, first, because otherwise people are gonna, it's harder to notice when people are gonna walk all over you.
She tosses the thing over her shoulder and keeps on walking.
Oh, okay. She's gonna pick it up and brush it off, and it's wet from the rain, and she'll put it back in her bag.
So now that we've had the emotional support buddy system, can we go commit an act of violence?
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Yay! Not for nothing, I want to see the woman who cuts out hearts.
stops at
Uh-oh.
the massive double door that adorns this castle. And it is your traditional black brick castle. It's got to be a villain's castle. Lots of spires, lots of pointy things at the top, lots of spikes. That's a really good aesthetic, I think. A couple of gargoyles, except instead of gargoyles, they're shaped like fairies. But how you traditionally imagine them, as kind of waif-like and magical and wholesome? Not that Bubbles isn't. And they hesitate for a second at the double doors. They're gilded with gold and have incredible designs crafted all throughout them. I think the main theme is probably hearts, anatomically correct hearts have been carved into the door. Yeah.
That seems like a red flag in
Yeah,
hindsight.
there were some signs, it turns out.
To be fair, this is the only villain I dated.
I still think you're lying. I don't believe you.
She glances back at Dolly.
It's fine. I accept you for who you are.
Fine, this is third villain I dated. Fine, third villain I dated.
This is a
no the others later.
Did you count that thing that we did as a date? Rox?
Well, I mean, yes, it could be considered a date. I mean, what we did was we went out, we partaked in an act of action and violence together,
Mhm.
which ended up in the night with sleeping with each other. I'm just saying that counts as a date.
How did I not? Am I the
Just
only one who
making sure.
didn't know that they
Just
slept
making
together?
sure I'm one of the three.
I didn't know that. Shit.
Oh, you didn't know that we slept with each other.
No, not for nothing. Chase tells me sometimes that I'm inobservant or unobservant
It's like a little bit. It's
or
okay.
oblivious.
Yeah, me
This
too.
was back in my motor night days.
No, yeah, it was way
Wait, you were Motor Night?
Yeah, we rode up to Death Murder Peak. It's the prime date spot for motorcycle nights.
Oh. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, you should probably stay away. There's a high body count. But we've got a mission.
Yeah,
Yes.
ahead of you,
Right,
you hear
yes,
the creaking and the scraping as the door is pushed open about 5 feet, and you're able to kind of step inside that way. Inside of this building, it's as grandiose as any castle has any right to. The floors are tiled and with a white tile that has been flecked with gold. The staircase is made of marble with golden railings that what's the spinny word? Spins? What do you call the twisty staircases?
Spiral.
Spirals.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
way up. I was so close. There are an assortment of windows that are stained glass with a similar theme that reflects the carvings in the door. A lot of reds, a lot of blacks, but mostly just really good looking anatomical hearts that kind of doubles all of the window. That might be a little new. But your footsteps echo in the entrance of this castle. There are a couple of directions, let's say south, north, and west. And Bubbles stands there a little uncomfortable. What would you like to do?
We should go to her bedroom. I start leading the way.
Oh yeah, like walking down the door, like, oh yes, this is where the bedroom.
Okay, why do I have to give you an option?
I guess we just follow Chase.
Yeah.
That's where the heart is. It's entirely for plot reasons.
Chase, this is going to be just a little bit awkward, right? A little bit awkward?
Oh yeah, probably, almost definitely.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's cool. And Ezra like, why is whatever something on the wall as I walk by?
And not for nothing, good taste in decor.
Oh,
Oh
definitely.
no, she has great taste in artwork. I mean, you just seen like she had a commissioned picture of herself. It's like 10 feet tall. She had it hanging over her fireplace. It's beautiful.
As we pass, oh, there it is. We pass through.
It's
Can you
great.
give me
Oh,
one
fire is
detail?
nice.
Oh, yeah,
Hold it up.
tasteful hair covering the nipple, yeah.
That's the
Very
detail I
tasteful.
wanted,
Yeah.
okay.
It's very tasteful, very tasteful.
I call it
10 by 10 nude, painted nudes in your own home.
tasteful 10 by 10. Like, I just pictured she just has a bunch of tasteful 10 by
Yeah.
10.
Yes.
The hallways are
Yeah.
riddled with them.
You know, like hallways with like royalty or whatever, like past leaders, like whatever, but it's just all
It's all you. Yeah.
All nudes.
And there's like some statues of her also.
Yes.
There's a lot of them holding hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah, another one. Okay, we passed 5 now.
Once
I
again,
think
the
she
judgment.
might have a certain kind of taste.
Once again, this is a judgment-free zone or whatever, but like I think now in the future we know that also, and that one might be a red, as well as that one might be a red flag. Oh boy, he pointed hard.
If we're in a judgment-free zone right now, then I will say, you're all my friends, and I love you and respect you guys.
Oh.
And maybe, just maybe, I will rethink the choices I make when it comes to who I date. And if I do walk down their hallway and there are a bunch of pictures of her subtle...
Don't get lost in the curse. Don't get lost in the curse. Look away, look away, look away.
Right. If I do see
Where's
pictures
what-
of
the-
her
the
holding
television?
hearts, I will take it as a red flag because honestly, I thought it was a metaphor for something.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's all like learning. We're all learning always, but maybe we extend it to like any internal organs.
Yeah, I think that seeing someone draped in intestines might also be a red flag.
Yeah, I would like to add that to the red flag list.
Yes,
Okay.
specifically. No intestines.
No intestines.
Well, they can have intestines, just not like on the outside.
Well, okay. Now, hear me out. Doubt, Chase, Tab.
Uh-huh.
You know what I like. All right?
Mhm.
And you just happen to see a woman covered in the blood of her enemies. I mean,
pretty hot.
come on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come on.
But like, who are the
Slippery,
enemies?
very, very slippery. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
And
maybe think about who the enemies are. Maybe it's the blood of whom might help in the future.
what if they were also my enemies at the time?
Not for nothing, but I mean, you can always get, like store-bought blood of your enemies and then have that be a thing for you and someone who's safe to interact with. Mm-hmm.
So you're saying is perhaps I should explore what arouses me, but in a safe space rather than diving into toxic situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I feel like I definitely enlightened myself and grown today. Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm. And now we're going to beat your ex up.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I'm going to chop her head
Oh,
off
yeah.
real good.
Yeah, well, maybe not chop her head off, but we're definitely going to punish her.
I was going to chop her head off, but all right, fine. I can just punish her.
How are you doing, Bubbles?
Behind you, with their mouth wide open and their eyes kind of wide. Tabitha, can I talk to you really quick?
Yeah. All right. We'll be right back.
Thanks. And they just
Always.
pull you down
Make
the
good
hallway.
choices.
Whatever you need. Bubbles.
They
Anything.
pull you down the hallway to some photos that I think this was when she was with her in her phase of thinking of an animal. We've got a fish person, we've got a cat person, dog people. Lots of tails, there's one really, really good one where like the tail looks like it's in motion. It's great, except the eyes are always following you.
This is the art of Vixen, like during the dog furry phase. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, that's not what I wanted to draw your attention to. I often lose myself.
Setting the
Oh,
scene first.
Yeah.
Dude, she'd like kick her little leg when you scratch behind her ear. She's really into it.
She's had a lot of phases, from what I understand. I've walked up and down. There's a lot of hallways, like a lot of art. It's not just like a anyways, I'm getting confused. I want to utilize my string with you. Find out what it will take to get them to do what you want. For an NPC, spending the string may mean they simply agree. Okay. Can you I know this is a bit of a weird ask, but like, could you give me her pinky finger?
No.
No? Oh.
That's sorry. So to answer the question at the meta level, like what would it take?
Yeah.
I think it would have to be like independently dismembered. Like we're not gonna cut off a finger for somebody. Like that's outside the realm of stuff that I'm going to do for muscle lust. But like if it should fall off, then if she doesn't want it back, then yes. But tell me, like, what I'd like to understand, like,
Yeah.
why?
Well, I've only been dating Vixen for about a week now, and it seems like she seems to have an attachment to people's body parts, mostly their hearts. So I thought, if I really love somebody, I should wear a piece of them. And I thought, who needs your pinky? I don't use mine. I mean, sometimes when I'm deadlifting, I put my pinkies out to feel really fancy, but that's about it.
So in my experience, the meaningful part of that gesture is the person choosing to give you a part of their body.
Oh.
So like Rox didn't choose to have the heart torn out and given, and that's why we're here to take it back. So that's not something that anyone other than Vixen can give you. Only Vixen can give you her finger.
Okay. I know. You're towing the line, my friends. You really are.
We're a wholesome channel, guys.
Oh, yeah. Fudge crackers.
Perfectly normal request. For perfectly wholesome reasons.
Right? Yeah.
Do not think any deeper into it because I don't. Yep. Okay. I think that's fair. I thought I could trust you. This whole situation's been really confusing for me, and I would love to go back to my fairy family and do fairy things, but with the air being as toxic as it is, and Vixen trying to solve all the problems by killing everybody, I thought this was my calling.
What could we do? What can we do to make the air less toxic? Want you to be able to return to your home and for everyone to be healthy. Is there any way to undo what's been done?
Well, I mean, sometimes... Hold on, before I just offer up information. I might need to make you work for this one. Is this... Not quite entice. You're not really figuring them out. I think there might be a way, but I've been sworn to secrecy, so I can't tell you.
Did Vixen make you swear?
Oh, of course. It's the only person
Pinky
I really talk
swear?
to. Yeah, it's kind of why I was into her pinky.
That sort of like looked preoccupied, like wistful, but no. All right. Well, we'll try to find out.
Okay.
You
She's
feeling
probably
better?
in her bedroom down the hall. You knew the way, so I'm just gonna hang out and admire the paintings. A little uncomfortable with her right now.
Yeah. Try out the Goldfish Bowl gallery.
It's been a while
The
since I've seen those.
whole fishbowl phase.
Wow. Okay. I think that's a little ways away, like a little ways east, The eastern section of this castle. It's all art here. So much art.
All right, you'll be all right. And I'll go and rejoin the rest of the group.
Where's Bubbles
And
at?
Bubbles is taking some time to think. I think this has them pretty distraught, but what they really want is just to go home to their fairy family, and it's the pollution in the sky that's stopping them. Vixen might know a way to reverse it, so just I wouldn't mind if I didn't hear about any more body part severing the rest of the evening.
Okay. That's an interesting ask, but we can support that.
I think we're trying to return body parts.
Oh, that's fair.
So like
Yeah.
I mean, we can still perform violence on her, right? I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to.
It may be necessary.
All right. I mean, it's been like 24 hours since I hit anyone. I'm getting kind of antsy.
Hey, you chose diplomacy. That was
I
actually
did.
pretty cool.
I did. Like I said, I'm trying to grow.
You chose diplomacy because you were horny.
I'm trying to grow.
I'm just saying. I just want us to just not just keep that fact in mind.
Judgment-free zone.
One step at a time.
Okay, look, if Judgment-free
Who
zone,
could
Judgment-free
not?
zone, are we
Judgment-free
crossing
zone.
Judgment-free zone right now? Once again,
Judgment-free zone.
Okay,
I declare
guys,
it.
all of us right here, raise your hands. 8 hours with bubbles. I mean, it's just me. A couple of hours of bubbles, just...
Oh, yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're pretty hot. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, bad. My bad.
Okay, yeah, so... Yes, my diplomacy was based on the fact that I really, really wanted to bang her.
Understandable.
Yes, but going
I'm
into
trying
the
to think of the
situation-
logistics of that with the size difference.
It's like-
Oh,
Like a foot
it's
taller
very
than me?
doable.
It's like a foot. That's not too bad.
Not too bad.
They're like 2 feet taller than me.
Well, you know, you just
I believe in
gotta-
you.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe in you. Yeah. You just scale that mountain to reach the goal.
Gotta reach the summit of that mountain.
We've got a new makeout mountain in her, and their name is Bubbles.
Okay, but not for nothing. They are emotionally vulnerable right now, so maybe we shouldn't discuss this when they're not
Yeah, we
here.
really shouldn't. Really shouldn't, yeah.
But, while recognizing that, I'm just in the mood to cause some violence and havoc, and that's what I was promised for the evening. So
All right.
let's go do that, and then we'll solve the environmental whatever thingy.
Onward to the bedroom, then.
Onward.
We're following you.
Keep in mind, we're there for a reason. Don't get lost in the curves again.
Wait, are we talking to me?
Yes.
Fair.
Judgment-free zone! And Chase starts walking.
It is a judgment-free zone. I'm just making sure.
Someone's gonna have to turn her down the right hallway because she's just like.
This is why her name is Chase, not Directions. Let's go.
Wrong direction, Chase.
I'm going the right one, and she'll
Definitely not going to be renamed Compass anytime soon.
The four of you are eventually led by Tabitha to another rather grandiose door. I think these are just 2 double doors, French doors, deep red, I don't know, red trees, mahogany, with some rather fascinatingly shaped door handles. The pommel on each of those, as you could expect, are textured with veins, and it's a golden pommel, but nonetheless, the anatomical heart that greets you at the door really brings you back to question why you missed some of these red flags.
She was a cardiologist.
38. 39. Oh boy.
Look, I may be.
Wait, you're up to 39? I thought we were past 100.
Oh, I was only counting the full renditions. Were you counting the half and quarters?
I was also counting the reflections
Oh,
that are
that might
artfully placed in the light, all around, so that you can see, the floor. The
Ooh, I
tiles are
missed
kind of
those.
heart-shaped, too.
Actually, check this out, Dahlia, right? And she walks over to one of the mirrors, turns it a bit, and you see a beam of light bounce off a mirror, bounce off a chandelier, and you then see a shadow of a heart on the floor.
I might be undercounting.
Perhaps. But if it makes you feel any better, I lost track, and numbers are hard. So,
A lot, I think, is
Right.
our final diagnosis
a lot.
of.
Yeah,
Rough.
a lot.
Would you like to dramatically bust down this door and confront Vixen?
Yes.
Bubbles said that she's in there, and if she's not, hopefully no one will see, and we can try again when we find her.
Reset! And then we're cool again because no one saw the first time.
Does anybody have that one move, I think, where you can, it's like a dramatic entrance? I don't know.
That's the scoundrel.
I think
I think
do.
that's a scoundrel, yeah.
Yeah, it is one of mine. Where is it?
It's main attraction, I think.
Yes, that is what it is. Where is it? Oh, Fools. No, that's Fools Rush In.
That sounds
I have
pretty
this
on
one.
brand, but
Yeah.
It's all right. You can still make a grand entrance without a move for it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I can do Fool's Rush anyway. I can default to in a situation without forethought.
Hey, that's my move. Just kidding.
But yeah, I definitely think Rox is just gonna go. All right, this is it. All right, ladies, pull out your swords, strike a pose, and we go inside. And she pulls out her 2 swords and kicks down the door.
Yeah.
I mean, kicking down the door. Give me a daring.
I'm good at daring.
You kick it, but it sticks on the first like 2 kicks. And then you kind of like put your feet back down, massage your knee a little bit. Okay, ladies, I got this. And then on the 3rd kick, the door bursts open with a shatter of wood splinters. Inside, the room is lit only by candles. The center of the room is a heart-shaped bed, and this is the only heart you have seen that is shaped like a cartoon heart. I think the floor is like a shag rug of a deep red.
This room is just entirely a fire hazard. Like looking around.
Above, you can see the reflections of all the candles as they reflect on the ceiling mirror. And right hanging from the center is a glass chandelier, except where candles should be are hearts that have been encased in ice. Beautiful decoration, really. However, I think most of your focus goes towards the person on the bed. I'm gonna bring up the image I chose for her.
Oh. All these candles, shag carpeting, and clearly polyester sheets. There's no fire safety here.
I hope I didn't pick the same person as, I just picked a rando. No, we're good. Okay.
Who did you pick? Where is it?
In Roll20.
Oh no,
looks really good.
they're hot.
Laying on her side with her head held gently in her hands, garbed in layers and layers of black silk, with a hood draped gently over her hair with long purple curls that cascade all the way onto the bed. She sighs deeply. It took you long enough. I could hear you talking outside for hours, it feels like.
I mean, not having red hair was a nice touch. I was expecting red hair.
Oh, that was my phase last year. You should have seen me then, darling. I think you would have liked me.
I think I'm good. Oh, kitty!
That was a cat butt. Nope, that was the space. Hey, Grumpy.
Wow.
Oh!
She's not
He's ready
excited
to fight
about it.
Vixen too.
Curses!
I think I will adopt that as Tabitha's reaction.
Good, good.
Wow.
Rox is just staring.
Go on, say the thing.
Huh?
You go.
Roxy,
You're-
believe in yourself.
Oh right, yeah.
Be past the haze of horny.
Right. Okay. Vixen,
Mhm.
I'm here to collect what you took from me.
Oh, darling, that never belonged to you. Once you date me, you're nothing after.
Oh no, Did you just call me nothing?
Can we beat her?
Oh no! We're beating her up right now. And I pull out my 3rd sword, I put it in my mouth, and I'm ready to go.
There goes the
talk
haze
to-
of horny.
Don't talk to my friends like that. And he like whips the sword out.
It's like we'll put the lie to those words today. We're not nothing. We're the heroes who are going to save this realm from you.
And half of us haven't slept you, and you'll have to live with that for the rest of your existence.
Ah.
Draw the
Yeah,
sword.
that's truly bothersome. You and I should talk sometimes there, dear. You
I like my own heart too much. How are we going to find the other people that these belong to?
Tomorrow problems, maybe.
That's a problem
Okay.
with future Roxy.
Yeah. How do we know which one's yours?
That one. And I point to the one that does look like a not human heart.
Oh. Okay. Less of a problem.
You know your heart was a treasure. It was quite lovely to add to my collection. Truly the pinnacle of them all.
I'm not sure if you're complimenting my sweet, beautiful nature, or you're just saying that my heart is a physical treasure because I'm special.
Oh, you know it's your heart. It's really all I wanted from you. And I got it.
Cool. Oh, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. And she just runs up.
Yeah.
Like,
Give me a
and
fight.
And I'm going to use the impressive roleplay move along with it if I make my hit for my fight. Let's see here. Fight.
You can roll fight with either daring or grace.
Definitely going with daring. Cool. I am totally distracted by all of that is Vixen.
Well, B gets to make a move now.
Yeah.
See?
I'm really thinking how this goes. I think it's as simple as it's always been between you and Vixen Rox. You go running at her and she takes you by the arms, trips up your legs, and throws you onto the bed. And you bounce a little bit in the soft cushion. And the two swords that were in your hands kind of flip in the air a little bit and shoot down right kind of under your armpits on the bed with your third sword still in your mouth. And Vixen, tut. Now, Rox, you should know better. I'm the dominant one.
Roxy is a bottom, confirmed. I had my suspicions, but now I know.
Could I take?
Now everyone knows. All right. You'll really just have. Okay, fine.
Can I take a fight move? You're not being very nice to my very dear friend, and I don't like that. And so I'm gonna she's very much sword shield standard like paladin style. So I want to take. I mean, I'll see exactly what happens, but I think she's gonna take a running start with her shield. I want to like bulldoze her like across the room.
Hell yeah. I'm just wondering, do you have any like moves that will help you with this?
Oh, do I?
Really devoted to your friends, and your friends have been hurt, but I don't exactly know the mechanics of that yet.
Let me read very, very fast.
If you had racked up some conditions, you would be able to. Like there's a special devoted thing, but otherwise I don't know off the top of my head of something that you definitely have that would make this different from a fight move.
Okay. Yeah, based on what I see, I think you're...
Yeah, I think it's just a standard roll. Okay. Where did... Oh, it keeps popping up behind my character sheet.
Whatever you think is
We'll
fitting
go
for you.
daring. 10.
Ah! I love it. All right.
Let's see how hot Vixen is when she's a pancake.
Yes, I think she's gonna run up and kind of just be like a you never deserved her, and kind of like slam her like across the room. And so I think so with fighting I get to pick 3 things with a 10, correct?
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll choose
Okay, and so I'm gonna do for sure create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction. So does that like help the next person who goes, or is this just getting her off of rocks?
I would take it as it would help the next person.
Okay, cool.
It's just
I'll do
not getting her rocks off.
that. Getting her off of rocks. I'm gonna
Don't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
inflict a condition. And then, did she have any weapons or anything? Like, was she just through physical prowess was able to flip?
She has. Well, you wouldn't quite know.
That's okay. If I haven't seen her use it, I wouldn't have. She's not that perceptive. So Let's do superior to seize a superior position. Can I knock her down?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do
like
that. And then she gets to choose one in reverse.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think through violence, she will inflict a condition back on you, and it'll be with her stilettos. Her shoes double as daggers, and she is well versed in how to fight with her feet. So simultaneously, while you literally knock her off her feet, she gets a good cut across her cheek. And just, April, remind me of the conditions again.
So it's angry, frightened, guilty, hopeless,
Or
insecure.
insecure? Yeah. Wally's still.
PG-13 where? I'm just saying. Like,
It took me out completely there because you said it, and I look over Persephone, and I'm like, we're on the same wavelength.
this is a very necessary fan, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I need to hide my face. Where's that cat?
Oh man, can be angry? Like,
I took the condition angry. All right. So narrate to me a little bit, like give me the visual representation of this.
so, Chase kind of is like, no, like, not on my watch, basically, and is basically just going to bulldoze her across the room, and, like, just knock her to the floor, like, she probably is able to, like, push against it for, like, a second, and then, Chase will give, like, one more, like, shove and just, like, launch her back, like, maybe she, like, hits the wall or hits the floor or whatever, but she gets down. I think that's kind of how that goes.
I love the idea that she hits the wall and, like, the wall kind of crumbles a little bit beneath the force of the push.
I like that. It's definitely a situation after that. Rox sits up and just saw the situation where Chase is slammed into Vix and sent them flying. And you see like everything actually going on, but through Rox's vision, Chase looks sexy as heck right now. Like you see the camera like on her face, down to like her heaving chest and everything, as she's slamming into. And
She's got the cut and she's bleeding and she looks enraged. Yeah.
And Rox is like, oh. I mean, Chase, thank you for the help, Chase. I mean, you can do that to me later on. But, we got a thing we have to do now. Oh, focus, Rox. Same again.
I am going to. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna scream at you as Vixen.
Do it, yeah.
Her back kind of still stuck in the wall where she was shoved into, and it kind of cracked beneath her. I will not tolerate this. You will all leave my room right now, except for you, Roxy. You stay. Now you can go.
No, not Kay. No.
Not till we have what we came for. And I am going to put one foot up on the bed frame and leap up to swing from the heart chandelier. So I've got the bare hand on the heart chandelier, and my mechanical hand lifts up to take it, because they're all encased in this like deadly ice magic, right? Mm-hmm. So with like the metal hand, I'm gonna grasp onto Rox's heart and try to pluck it for her in order to return it. So. Should I defy a disaster here?
Yeah.
Am I in danger? Is this a dangerous activity that might have bad consequences?
A couple.
All right, go ahead and roll with daring.
Go for it.
All right, Tabitha Motor Knight, give us your daring.
Ah!
Woo! Oh, dang!
Oh my gosh!
Wow. Well, how amazing does it look? How badass is this situation? And I will let you know a little something about the heart as soon as you grab it.
Yeah. So Tabitha uses 1 foot on the bed frame to jump up, grab it. That momentum carries her over to near where Vixen is like crashed into the wall. And as she's plucking the heart, she blows Vixen a kiss. And then swings back and plucks it and like drops to the bed next to Rox, holding out the frozen heart in the metallic hand.
In your metal hand, you can feel the beat of the heart. It is still alive inside of this ice. This ice has been keeping it living, somehow, and as soon as it's plucked from that chandelier, the ice starts to melt a little bit and drip through your metal hands.
Now what?
I
Oh,
think-
good.
I look at Tabitha, and I look at the heart. I'm like, thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Anything
I
for
look
you,
over
Rob?
at Dolly. I'm like, so Dolly, what you gonna do? Because so far Tabby and Chase are super hot right now. So I mean, you better step up.
Oh, okay. I can do a thing. I'm just gonna run up to Vixen and just run my blade right up and through her ribcage.
Hell yeah. I mean, Bubbles will be sad, but hell yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Does this get the do you get any sort of advantage with the creating an opportunity for an ally thing because you're the
yeah.
next person to attack? I don't know
Oh.
what that means mechanically though.
That's an April question. Because I would have just said,
Yeah, no, that's like a narrative opportunity. So it could have been like, yeah, Rox isn't pinned to the bed, or like now there's no one between like Tabitha and the heart, and Tabitha has a clear shot to like get up there and get the chandelier.
Just wanted to double check.
Yeah,
Okay.
Awesome.
yeah.
Cool. So do I have an opening? Can I
yeah,
add
she's
stuff
still
or not?
quite stuck. That push that Chase had done, it had yanked up a lot of her silks into like the crumbling brick and mortar. So she's there kind of struggling, pulling away. And for thematic scenes, she is losing some of her clothes and just kind of like struggling her way through. Like, you will leave my place of privacy.
So, okay, I need to roll before I do anything,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Please.
I'm gonna roll.
This is just straight up violence,
Fight.
yeah.
Let's see what I get. Come on, please, please, please. Oh wait, my modifier, right? 1. Mixed beat, but a 9.
All right.
Okay.
So you can choose 2,
So-
and I get to choose 1.
Okay, so I am going to get real close to her, whisper in her ear. I'm willing to bet that you're the one that caused all the pollution in the air. And now it's going to stop. And then I'm just gonna take my blade, which will glow with like a fairy killing light, and just run it up her ribcage.
I think we're gonna wonk on the mechanics a little bit for this because it's a little bit you're ending this person's life, and she holds your eye contact for a moment while you continue to hold onto that blade. Oh god, I'm really struggling to not use euphemisms. Yeah, so just leave it like that scene is there. And she coughs a little bit and, coughs up a little blood. You can't stop what I've done. Only the one who was chosen can save the world right now. Everything I've done is already set into motion. There is nothing you can do but watch the world burn.
Sweetie, I am the chosen. And I'm gonna rip the blade out and pull her heart with it.
Yes!
Oh my god!
You do it!
That's the sound it makes.
And the villain Vixen is now dead. However, outside, the thunder and lightning begin to intensify. The rain starts to pour down like buckets from the sky, and the castle is beginning to shake. What would you like to do?
Then we need to get this heart back into Rox. So I don't know. I'm not a cardiologist like Vixen, but if there's
that is
anything
the one thing
I know,
that really should go in
there-
Roxy right now. Yes.
if there's anything I know about healing hearts, it's this, and I'm going to lean in to kiss Rox.
Oh, like Rox, her eye, like she was caught off guard by this completely, but it's like, oh, let's go. And she kisses her right back.
Does the heart go in, or does it just sort of squish against her chest?
Can you give me an emotional support roll, I think.
Me?
Yeah.
Danger.
With plus
Uh-oh.
one.
No, -2 because a total of -1 because I've got that guilty condition.
Oh,
It's gonna be a good time.
I was gonna
Let's
give
do
you
it.
Yep.
All right. Got the guilty condition. Clicking the modifier thingy. Rolling the emotional support.
This will kind of just gauge.
Ooh.
Silly Tabitha, hearts don't go in with a kiss.
What I would like to do is this, though.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to give Tabitha two. Can I give Tabitha 2 of my strings for this roll?
So each of you can do one, right?
Okay.
And get it up to a 7 if everyone spends a string on Tabitha.
Yeah.
Or I could have remembered the rules to my game and spent the string before rolling for +3, but I didn't.
Describe how you all help.
After that kiss happens, Rox like puts her hand into Tabitha's hair, and she says, "Look, if you're gonna kiss me, try to give me back my heart, you gotta put some more effort into it." And she kisses her this time, but like a kiss, not like a sweet kiss of like, oh, this is sweet, let's bring the heart back, but no, a kiss.
Is passionate.
Hell yeah.
What about Chase, Dahlia? How on earth can you assist?
So, Chase is going to put her hand on Rox's back, just in between her shoulder blades, where where her heart would be, but from this side. And I'm gonna do lay on hands. And I'm gonna say, "We get your heart back. You can find your love again." And so as part of when I touch someone as part of emotional support, you can heal their physical ailments. Tell them how your devotion sustains you. So I would then probably go on to say, like, let's see. So get you your love back so you can love yourself as we love you. And my devotion is my friends. So I can heal physical ailments. They mark an XP if they validate your devotion, and you gain a string on them if they criticize it. But I'm going to use this to try to help, and I will give my string to help this. Give the heart back.
I think that's really beautiful. And then
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
how does our chosen help?
I think. Oh, there was a move I could have used for this, but I don't have it. I think Dahlia, holding her blade with the like still beating heart of Vixen on it, is going to walk over and just place a hand on Roxy and say, "She took something from you. She'll never take it again, and neither will anyone else. We'll make sure of that. Now get in her body already. Power of friendship. That's how this works."
Also, because of Shiny and New, when I receive or give emotional support from an intimate moment with someone, I get to mark XP for myself and everyone involved. So we all get 1 XP.
Cool.
Get 1 XP from me if you also feel that we love you.
I think then the camera pans out as the 4 of you are close to each other, sharing each other's words, and there's a moment of lightning where everything flashes bright white, and then it fades back to the candlelit room, and Rox, your heart is back. And outside, the rain starts to dissipate. The sound of thunder rumbles to a quiet vibration, and the lightning fades away off the horizon. For the first time in a long time, sun peeks through the clouds and pools into this vaguely terrifying room with the shag carpet and dead woman and candles everywhere. But
The shag carpet's the most scary thing, actually.
it's so gross.
But it's filled with love and friendship now, so like we overpower this spooky spookiness.
And blood. Don't forget the
And a
blood.
lot of blood.
Hopefully those hearts don't like thaw and like plop down around us while we're.
I guess she really was toxic waste, huh?
And the
Cool. Which one of your exes are we killing now?
I got a list, and like Roxy pulls out a list.
We saved the world.
You saved the world. And I think the camera zooms outside of the castle, and you see bubbles meandering the field. And they look up at the window where y'all are at. They wag their pinky a little bit. And then when nothing returns back to them, they keep wandering, alone but happy. And that's Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
One question.
Yeah?
So if she's dead, then Dolly looks up at the chandelier and just wonders if all the hearts are going to start flopping on their heads.
They're under a bed. The bed will catch them. We've got a lot of hearts to return.
Okay, we can use the cheap polyester satin to carry them.
I love this post-credit scene. The water's really melting. One heart does flop onto the bed and it bounces a little bit.
Don't let them hit the floor.
We gotta find who they belong to.
Us scrambling around trying to catch these hearts.
Where are the exes?
We have a heart returning mission to go on next. That's our future
Can
adventure.
you mail a heart? Can you send it through the postal service?
With the coconut, you just put the address right on it and they'll take it back.
That's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna put their names in the hearts and just like give it to someone. Like, hey, go find this person. Thanks.
No, we all need to go up Makeout Mountain to get some ice to keep them cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Right.
Okay, we have our mission.
Yes.
Oh, I'm taking the small portrait with me, though. She was pretty.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, goodness.
Also, I'm taking the deed to this place because, like, not for nothing, with some redecorating and less hearts, it might be pretty nice.
It's a big-ass castle. It belongs to nobody now.
Mine!
Oh, you can have it.
Don't worry, you can come back after we remodel.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna come by many times after that.
We'll get rid of the fishbowl room first.
Thank you.
It was weird.
I
feel like that was a microaggression.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I felt really offended. Like she showed it to me, and I'm like, "Oh, cool."
So that goes on the list of red flags too. I think. Yeah.
That was
So many red flags.
a lot of red flags.
A lot of red flags. Anyway, let's kill someone else. Whee!
Arm in arm, linked together. You skip out.
Hearts jiggling into the sunset.
Swing the bag. Oh, goodness. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
So much fun.
You're all wonderful.
Oh, it was just so absurd. And I knew the thirst, but I didn't expect it, you know? Like, I knew it was going to be there. But as soon as I dropped that character on y'all, you're like, I love them. I was like, no, I haven't even finished introducing them.
Okay, you cannot go arms and quads and muscles and things and not expect us to be like, what's your story? How are you doing? Do you like memes? Like what's level me here? I know you're gonna have to duck down from 7 feet tall to get to my level, but yeah.
Killed me. Absolutely killed me. Oh, goodness. All right. I have been your host, B Zelda. My pronouns are they, them. You can catch me on Twitter as at B_Zelda. I'm a podcaster, a streamer. Most notably, I'm known as one of the members of the Broadswords, which is an all-women, non-binary actual play podcast. Starting up this week with Caitlin. I almost tried to mix your name with Chase, and that wasn't going to happen.
Caitlin. Kitties.
What do we do on Sundays? Power Play. Power Play RPG. We play superheroes, save the world, and look at plants.
Yes.
And I think currently that is all I am doing. How about you, Caitlin? What are you up to?
Hi, I'm Caitlin. You can find me on Twitter at KKAMABR. It's not a real word. Don't try to say it. Don't worry about it. And you can find me playing more tabletop RPGs on Wednesdays at twitch.tv/Rule of Lore. We play Infinite Horizon, which is our homebrew spacefaring super-powered cipher game. We've been going for a while. We're in the middle of season 2. This is our first episode back from our break, which I'm really excited about. And then, like B said, on Sunday, Power Play on Q Times. We'll be back for season 2. So excited. It's gonna be good. What else am I doing? Oh, I'm doing a really weird charity stream on Thursday. I'll post more info about it on my Twitter. Follow me there. I'm gonna let my sister cut all my hair off and then shave my head for donations on stream. So that's gonna be really fun and weird. So we'll raise money for charity. It'll be good. And I think that's all I've got going on.
I'm very excited for that. I didn't even know that was happening until now. I'm gonna be there.
Good.
You look really good with the shaved head. Just saying.
I've done it once before. It's fun. I mean, I have an undercut.
Anyways,
so yeah, there's not much left. I only have like a third of a head of hair at this point anyway. Like, let's just go for it. Let's do it all.
And for charity too. Mad respect.
For charity, yeah.
All right, Persephone, what are you up to?
Hi. I'm Persephorath. You can find me everywhere online at that name. I'm very active on Twitter. I also have an extremely active Twitch where I stream a lot of video games. Currently, it's Hades. I'm also doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke and sometimes doing Persona 4 where I turn off the voices and try to voice act all of them. So I go from, hi, this is great, to like, hey, the whole deal. I'm actually going to be streaming immediately after this on my channel, which is, you guessed it, Persephorath. I am also the DM of Fast Times at D&D High, which is my D&D actual play podcast, which is pretty fun. And tomorrow I will be on Gehenna Gaming for their Cult Divinity Lost game. Fair warning, it's a fun game, but it is a religious horror and gore, so be prepared for that. Nothing, none of the like big things that I would not play in a game are present, so yeah.
Heck yeah. Wally, what about you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Wally. Go by he, him pronouns. You can find me on the Twitter at WALLE132, just like the cute little Disney robot. You can find me every other Sunday over at the Killer DMs channel playing another Powered by the Apocalypse game, Masks, which is so much fun. In 2 more weeks, I will be playing me some Lancer, which I'm very excited to be playing because I love giant robots. And that is 100% my jam. I'm going to be playing that pretty soon. Going to post details on that on my Twitter. And that's about it that I can talk about right now. So, yeah, that's all I have going for me that I can talk about right now. But, yeah, just follow me on Twitter. You find me active there. I'm talking about all my stuff and just sharing my thoughts.
Hell yeah. And then finally, we have the designer of Thirsty Sword Lesbians, April. And, oh, that's not Gremlin. What's that one's name?
This one's Morsel.
Oh my gosh!
I love them.
So I'm April. This is my cat Morsel. You saw Gremlin earlier. This one's more of a rare sighting because she's a little shy, but not right now.
Oh, she lost her timeline.
So April, she, her Gay Spaceship Games. I am at Gay Spaceship GMS on Twitter. I am the designer of Thirsty Sword Lesbians and various other RPGs that exist or are forthcoming. I am at gayspaceship.com. That'll take you to my itch. And the game is at sword.gay or theswordlesbians.com. So check them out. Like I said at the start of the stream, we are in the awkward month where you cannot get this game right now. You must yearn and pine for the day that you can obtain Thirsty Sword Lesbians for your very own. And that will probably be next month. So there will be a backer kit for late pledges to get the book, which is going to be beautiful. And we also have literally, I think 35 deliverable stretch goals. We're going to have 70,000-ish words of stretch goals written by dozens of amazing people.
So many good writers, so many.
So good. And the core book also has 5 other contributing authors in it as well who wrote settings. So because you can, the story is really about human feelings and relationships, which doesn't mandate any single particular setting. So,
Honestly,
check
someone in
those out.
chat is asking who did the art for the game.
Yeah, so the characters that we use here on Roll20 are all by Kenesha Bryant, who is amazing. And there are a half dozen other artists who are contributing to the interior art, including Hannah Templer of Cosmo Knights, Faith Schaefer, whom I met through the Swordtober hashtag, I think, and Kiku Hughes and Marty Tina and Matt Bat, and I know I'm forgetting someone, but they're all great, and it's all really good. It's going to be a gorgeous book.
Yay! Well, thank you everybody for playing, and please, 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 please stay tuned for Thirsty Sword Lesbians, because 1 month is no time. Time is not real right now, so a month is nothing. Absolutely nothing. And with that, thank you everybody for tuning in to this episode of Indie Showcase. We are here every Tuesday, same time, same place. We switch up the hosts. Sometimes we have cats, sometimes we have dogs. It's a party. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Later, y'all.